Most true crime stories begin with a moment no one thought mattered. A door unlocked, a text sent, an invitation extended. This story doesn't start with a crime scene or flashing lights. It starts with loneliness and a decision to let people in. Welcome back to Dark Crime Stories, where we explore the unsettling truth behind real-life cases, psychological mysteries, and the moments that quietly change everything. Tonight's story isn't about a killer in the shadows. It's about vulnerability, and how the search for connection can sometimes place us closer to danger than we realize. A few years ago, she was 28 years old. She lived in a small urban apartment in the United States, sharing her space with her partner. On the surface, her life looked stable. A job, a routine, familiar faces. But beneath that structure was a growing sense of isolation. She had acquaintances, but no one she truly spent time with. No one who filled the quiet nights. No one who made the city feel less empty. She began reading about what researchers were calling the loneliness epidemic, a widespread issue affecting millions of adults, especially in cities where people live close together yet rarely connect. And that's when she formed a theory. What if people weren't antisocial? What if they were just waiting for someone else to ask first? So she decided to try something new. Whenever she met someone she thought was interesting, a coworker, a neighbor, a friend of a friend, she invited them into her home, not vaguely, not sometime. Specific plans: dinner on Thursday at 7, a movie night, a walk followed by tea. And she did it within 2 weeks, before momentum faded, before fear could set in. To her surprise, most people said yes, and unlike many social plans that fall apart, she never canceled. She followed through every single time. People showed up, something unexpected happened inside her apartment. Conversations deepened quickly. Sitting across from someone at a kitchen table revealed more than weeks of small talk ever could. People opened up about their families, their fears, their regrets. She learned something important. A few hours inside someone's home tells you more about them than dozens of nights out. Her social circle grew, then expanded. For the first time in her adult life, she hosted a birthday party. 15 people came. For her, it felt like proof that the loneliness had been temporary, that all it took was courage. But true crime often lives in the space between good intentions and unforeseen consequences. As the months passed, subtle changes began to appear. There were moments that felt off. Someone who lingered too long after everyone else left. Someone who asked questions that felt too personal, too soon. Someone who treated her openness as permission to cross boundaries. Nothing illegal. Nothing dramatic, just enough to unsettle her. She began to realize something unsettling. Loneliness doesn't just make people grateful, it can make them desperate. And desperation can be unpredictable. In countless real-life cases, investigators later ask the same question: how did this person gain access? Often the answer is painfully simple. They were invited. This story isn't about a violent crime, but it lives dangerously close to the edge of many that are. Because community building requires trust. And trust, once extended, cannot be easily taken back. She learned to adapt, to set boundaries, to invite selectively, to trust her instincts when something felt wrong. Not everyone deserved access to her life or her home. Here's the twist. Her experiment worked. She built real friendships, found structure, purpose, belonging. Her life became fuller than it had ever been. But it came with a cost. The realization that connection and risk are often intertwined. The same openness that creates community can also expose vulnerability. The same openness that creates community can also expose pose. And that's a truth many people don't want to acknowledge. This isn't a warning to shut your doors forever. It's a reminder. Behind many true crime stories isn't recklessness, but hope. The hope to belong, to be seen, to not be alone. Sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't the stranger outside your door. It's the silence that convinces you to open it. If this story made you think, leave a comment below. Do you think loneliness makes people more vulnerable or more brave? Subscribe to Dark Crime Stories for weekly deep dives into real-life cases, psychological mysteries, and the quiet moments that change lives forever. Until next time, stay aware, stay curious, and stay safe.